Hey guys, it's me, Carrie. Good to see you. From Terminal Doesn't Mean Goodbye, because it doesn't. Today I'm going to drive around with you guys a little bit just because I've got a lot of stuff on my mind and I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, and another thing too, this is kind of a weird side note, but I am down officially well over 60 pounds now from the last couple of months. And that is, a lot of it is because of cancer related stuff, so that's kind of interesting how that works. And my eating has still stayed the same as far as, intentionally eating. I do splurge every super once in a while just because, you gotta. But overall, though, I'm still eating super healthy and a lot of anti-inflammatory stuff. But, okay, I'm gonna back up. Join me. Welcome. Thanks for joining. And it's good to see you. We're gonna back up here, not hurt anybody. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Good to see you. If you are returning, thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. I can't tell you how much I totally appreciate your support and your wisdom and your affection, especially when you guys leave all those wonderful comments on my page too. I just really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So today I had a follow-up kind of appointment with my regular doctor, and the reason why is because over the last several weeks my potassium took a dump again. And I've been asking for over a year now if my cancer that's in my left adrenal gland, if that had anything to do with it. And for a year now, all of the doctors have been saying, oh, no, it's just basically sum it up to in my head. So don't you love that when you know something is going on and your doctor says to the effect of that it's pretty much in your head. Well, today, with having my appointment, my potassium has still been really low, which is part of why I've been feeling super, super sick. And it's genuinely, it's super painful. I wish it wasn't, but it is. That and other stuff of why I've been in pain, but you guys know that's cancer related too. So anyway, long story kind of shortish, my primary doctor finally said to me today that, the reason why all this stuff is happening is because my potassium being low and why it keeps dumping and all that is because of my, he just said it so nonchalantly, my hyperaldosterone. Well, that's something that I've been asking about for over a year now. It's like, are you sure I don't have hyperaldosterone? And hyperaldosterone is caused from having a tumor in your adrenal gland that sets your body, it raises your cortisol levels so your body thinks it's in fight mode all the time, no matter how relaxed you are. It physically feels like it's in kind of a fight mode. It also can trigger, it's a hormone that's released, and that's what actually has been triggering my hives lately is the hyperaldosterone. And also I've had uncontrolled really high blood pressure, and it's not from anything that I'm eating or that I'm doing wrong or anything like that. It's straight up from the hyperaldosterone. And my mom has hyperaldosterone, and so that's something that runs heavy in my family. Way back when, hyperaldosterone used to kill just about everybody in my family because it causes such bad heart problems. Now it's fixable, so it's not going to be that big of an issue, but back then they just didn't know what they know now about hyperaldosterone. So in addition to all of my cancer related stuff, I am dealing with hyperaldosterone too, which I've known about this. But this also goes in the category of, like when I am able to feel the pain in certain areas when I know that my cancer has spread, and my oncologist and doctor saying, oh no, it's fine. And then we go and do that CAT scan and the new cancer showed up in the exact spot that I thought it was on the CAT scans. So then I get the validation of, yes, this is actually happening. My point on that too is the psychological space that you spend, or somebody like me, or maybe it's somebody like you who's dealing with a chronic disorder, the part of where you're invalidated to believe that these circumstances are in your head, and then finally the truth is revealed that it wasn't actually in your head. It wasn't in my head. It wasn't something that I was making up or anything like that. It's a legit something going on, you know? So in my case, hyperaldosterone, it sucks to be right, but at the same time, it feels good to have that validation of something that I've known has been going on in my body for a long time. The reason why that sucks so much is because I have been left with these symptoms that suck. I mean, from this you get extreme fatigue, you get a lot of pain in certain areas, and it's actually miserable. So is having low potassium. So to have it go on that long without being treated really sucks. It wears on your psyche, it wears on how you value yourself, and all sorts of things that are just entirely inappropriate feelings about how I've been feeling about myself. It's inappropriate because there's actually truth in the matter. It would be appropriate for me to feel negative about something that was not happening. You know what I mean? But it's inappropriate for me to feel negative about something that is actually happening. And so that kind of validation really helps a lot. So now I'll finally start getting treated properly for that. For hyperaldosterone, one of the two things that they do to treat hyperaldosterone is they either, one, surgically remove the tumor from your adrenal gland, which in my case is, I'm not a candidate for that, because if it was benign, that would be great. If the tumor was benign, that would be great because you could remove it. It's not going to come back. It's going to truly treat your hyperaldosterone. But in my case, because it's cancer and my cancer is so widespread, even if they took it out, it's going to come right back again. So doing a surgery, when my body doesn't react well to surgeries as it is, I'm allergic to so many components in surgeries. It's just, things always go really, really wrong when I have surgeries. Anyway, so those two components, it doesn't work for me. The other part that they do for that's is a medicine called spironolactone. I'm not sure if I'm saying that medicine right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that treats the levels of the hormone that is being put out, excreted from the adrenal gland. But it's also, oh my gosh, I'm losing my train of thought here. Anyway, this has played a huge bit on my psyche. You know, the spironolactone has been great though, because that's overall how I lost all this weight, is because the weight that I put on from all the steroids and cancer-related medicines that I was on was all water. So my body is naturally coming down to its natural weight. So, and that's why I've been losing weight so quickly. Plus, I haven't been as hungry and all that jazz too, because this cancer sucks. Whatever. But all of this stuff is like really led up over the last few days and weeks of saying to myself that I need to really get some shadow work done on myself. And shadow work is dealing with all of the hard places within yourself, all of the darker places within yourself that are really unaccounted for and not processed and not dealt with. But that type of buildup leads a lot of long-term problems, including it starts to build up those stress hormones within your body, in turn affecting, you know, different ailments that happen within your body as well. So we've adjusted certain medicines, and we're going to see how that goes. I go back to doing my weekly blood draws. I'll start again tomorrow, just because the level of importance of this is pretty high. Kind of funny, because they had dismissed me for a year saying, nah, it's not really there. But now all of a sudden it's a priority. What the heck? it's been miserable, you know, especially with all that headspace that really should not be consumed in invalidating ways. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be one thing if all this stuff was going on and it really wasn't caused from what I thought it was. You know, I mean, you can understand that. But that's not what's going on. Is I'm very aware of my body and what's going on with my body. I'm not a hypochondriac or anything like that, but I can feel everything that's going on. I'm acutely aware of what's going on with my body. So if something is happening, I can pinpoint, excuse me for that cough, I can pinpoint exactly what's going on. That's one of the wonderful weird skills that I have for myself, is that I can literally see activity going on in my body. That means like growing cancers, growing, you know, different disorders and stuff like that. I can see what's going on. But it has been really, like I said, ripping my mind, feeling like all this stuff has just been in my head and it's not really there. And yet again, it's found out that yes, that what I have been feeling all along and have been dismissed for is actually really happening, you know. That happened with me also with my cancer on my left ovary. So as you guys know, I had a uterine cancer in my 20s. I ended up having a partial hysterectomy. I had everything removed but my left ovary, and that was from uterine cancer. It's not the same kind of cancer that I have right now, though. But the cancer that I have right now metastasized to all sorts of places, including my left ovary, the remaining one. So I could feel that growing, and I was dismissed for so long about it too. And it turns out that not only was this not just a little small little cancer, it was a huge mass that was attached to my intestines, my abdominal wall, and all sorts of areas. That I got that validation and had to have it removed pretty quickly. But it's all those years of going, something is going on here, it needs to be checked, and then getting dismissed. And like, oh no, you're fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm actually, truthfully, not fine. Okay, doctors, I'm not fine. Stop saying I'm fine when it's not fine. And then it turns out, oh yeah, so sorry, you actually have a huge mass on that area. We need to remove it right away. No kidding. Duh. So that's been happening a lot. And then the last time too was when I have cancer in my pelvis bone as well, which is quite painful all on its own. But then I started getting changes in my spine area, my lower spine that is above the tailbone, above the sacrum. It's my L2, that area, the lumbar too. Anyway, so I've been experiencing a ton of pain with that. And I talked to my oncologist, and she's like, I don't know why you feel that pain. We didn't see anything in the CAT scans, even though you look at my PET scans and it shows some activity there, but no big deal. So this had been going on for several months of feeling that a lot of pain there, and then also being dismissed for it. Well, this last CAT scan that I had, it finally showed up, and it's a really good sized tumor in my spine. So there you go for that validation as well. I don't mind being wrong. I would love to be wrong on these sort of things, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. So anyway, I'm doing a lot of headspace work right now, and processing how right I am. Does that make sense? It's such an awkward place to be, but there's a lot of emotional hardships that's been going on. So I really need to process that too. And just thinking about all sorts of stuff. So I wanted a side note to kind of let you guys know. I don't know if you guys know or not, but thanks for your subscriptions, because part of your subscriptions to my YouTube channel has now made it so my channel is monetized. Thank you very much. Because of my my cancer, I'm not able to work a regular job at all. I can't. I can barely function several days of the week, so it's just not possible. Days like today where it's a good day, I try to squeeze as much in as I possibly can because I don't know when I'm going to feel like this again. You know what I mean? So that said, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and helping this channel to be monetized. It is my primary source of income at this point. So I know that those ads that you see below are pretty annoying, but for me, it's a good thing because for me, that's how my channel gets paid. I'm gonna pull into this parking lot real quick. So if you see commercials and whatnot, would you please do me a favor and please don't fast forward through those commercials. They really help my life. So anyway, just want to let you know that too. I am so grateful for all of you guys, how included you are in my life and your input and your love and your support. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for hearing me today. That's a little bit of a rant, but this is a ton of shadow work that I need to do, and to grieve, to process, to get through what I'm going through right now. It's difficult, but at the same time, it is so worth going through. You know what I mean? Because by the time I get through and process this stuff, it's going to actually make my life feel better. And it's going to actually do good. So I know that all of this has purpose for the greater good, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's where I am right now. And if you like what I do, please click the like button below, the thumbs up button, and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so that way you never miss out on any uploads that I do. Also, I'm planning on doing a live tomorrow. Let me know below if you guys are available to do a live YouTube thing tomorrow, and I'm going to do questions and answers. So let me know below. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to say tomorrow's Friday. So actually today's Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. So let's do 5 p.m. On Pacific Standard Time. So if you're in the East, it would be 8 o'clock that time. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know what you think. Tomorrow, Friday, at 5 o'clock my time. So I'm in Oregon, so that's the whole California area, and Pacific time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. In love and light. Mwah! Bye.